Thank you for being here. We are really excited to talk about building customer companies. I love the 5 questions on how to build a customer company. I briefly want to share a few things about Magnet 360 and how we're set up to help our customers build customer companies. So it starts with a mantra. The idea of mantras come from Guy Kawasaki. It's 2 or 3 words that say, why do you exist? What are you out to do? And for us, our mantra is engagement for outcomes. It's our job to help our customers engage their most important audiences and drive a meaningful, measurable outcome. If you're going to build a customer company, it's going to be all about how we're going to engage those audiences and drive outcomes that build our businesses and make our businesses more sustainable and allow our businesses to grow. Now, when I think about what are the elements of building a customer company, there needs to be great audience engagement. There needs to be customer data at the center of all of that. And as we build these things, these are long-term journeys, and we need to have agile methodologies. We need to work in an iterative fashion to build these, tie these systems together and build these solutions. And so when we think about Magnet 360 and how we're structured and what makes us unique in the marketplace, it is the 3 of these things brought together: audience engagement strategy and ability to execute on that, Salesforce expertise as the CRM of choice, and the ability to work in an agile and iterative fashion. So to put a face to that, the things that we do for our customers, the branded apps, sites, communities, the social campaign management, the marketing automation, all of it tied to CRM for world-class customers, it looks like that. And when we think about our expertise with Salesforce, we've been a partner since 2004. We're a gold partner. We have over 1,500 deployments on the platform. And we are one of the few system integrators in the world that Salesforce is an equity investor in. We're very proud of that because we have a very close partnership with Salesforce, and we work with senior management and the people in the field to help build customer companies every single day. And so the things that we do, relationship management, as well as branded app sites and communities leveraging Salesforce technologies, marketing automation, working both with ExactTarget, which was recently acquired by Salesforce, as well as a market leader in B2B marketing automation in Marketo, and then social campaign management with the Marketing Cloud, social listening, social engagement, and social advertising. And we do it in an iterative fashion. The days of waterfall and trying to figure out months of requirements before we write a line of code or do anything are in the past. When we work with our customers, we work in short sprints, lean teams, and we want to get in a couple of weeks something done that you can say, I see the outcome, I see the result, and as business requirements change, as the world around us evolves, we want to be in a position that the programs that we're building for our customers are agile and that we can roll with it and we can make those changes and make sure that what we're building is what our customers need so they can drive engagement for outcomes. Now, we have a core value at Magnet 360 around client trust being earned every day. Some of you may know that Magnet 360 is the fastest growing company in the state of Minnesota. We had over 400% growth over the past 3 years, and it is because of the great clients that we have the privilege to work with and because we work hard to earn their trust every day so we can retain those clients. When we show a list of customers, it is an active roster of clients, the folks that we are working with right now. And we greatly value the relationships we have with each of you and that you've helped us build our business as we help you build yours. So we're approaching 100 people. Our headquarters is right across the street in the West End. But we also have an office in New York. And we have our first hires in Chicago and San Fran as we expand our presence. We were recently announced by Star Trib as the best place to work in the small business category, businesses with 50 to 150 employees, so we were very proud of that. And I said we're fastest growing business in the state, and we hope to continue that. So to feed in to both the idea of building customer companies, but also to hopefully set up what Jeremiah is going to talk to us about in a few minutes around the collaborative economy, we have a point of view on audience engagement. And I love this quote. It comes from Forrester. The only sustainable competitive advantage is of knowledge of and engagement with customers. And so we have a point of view on that. And we call it the Magnet 360 engagement quadrants. And we think about what we want to do with an audience. We want to acquire, and we want to retain. And when we think about the things that we do in that, we have marketing activities. And whether the marketing activities are paid search, whether it's the TV spots or billboards or traditional media or other digital activities. There's all these things we're doing as a business to try to figure out how can we engage with an audience. So we do all this stuff, and it all comes down to how we reach an individual. But as businesses, more often than not, once we have that individual, we take the data about them and we put it in a paper shredder. And we put it into a bunch of different systems. So if a customer's been in a store, there's a retail point-of-sale system. If they bought on a website, it's through e-commerce. Every time we visit a website, there are analytics that have individual interactions. Typically, they're tracked as anonymous behavior. We have email marketing platforms. We have loyalty platforms. We have media buying platforms that have information about customers. And so we take all this stuff about the individual, and we split it up, and then we never reassemble it. Bob or Mary is in each of these systems, but as unique individuals, not as one individual. Now, that's the old world, but now we get to add the lens of social data. And we think about all of these prospects and customers. They're out there as well. There's data about them. There's information that they are sharing about themselves that's publicly and freely available. And whether it's in the large networks of Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, or whether it's in specialty communities, blogs, and other forums, there's all this stuff out there, which by and large, most businesses are ignoring. We might be listening to sentiments. We might be getting ideas about how products and services are trending. We might have customer service looking at trying to create cases out of individual complaints and things like that. But by and large, this data that's freely available is not connected to that data on the left. And then when we think about all the things that drive engagement, is we have these communities. And whether the communities are the social communities, the networks we have through Facebook and Twitter, whether it's in an office environment and it's the water cooler talk that people have, whether it's their personal social communities, friends, the neighborhood, whatever. There are communities. And the fact is we spend all this time as a business thinking about what's the message we're going to share and how do we reach an individual, and yet a huge portion of what's going to drive influence and product purchase is going to be the word of mouth going around in these communities that we have absolutely no control over. So what do we do about it all? So for us, we think about the first step is that we are going to centralize profile data. We're going to take Humpty Dumpty and we're going to reassemble them. We're going to take all those systems that are broken and siloed, and we're going to connect them together. And we're going to put that information in our CRM at Salesforce so that we can act on it. Then we're going to connect it to the social channels. We're going to say who that is in our systems, these important prospects and customers, what can we learn about them by connecting to social channels? Typically, if you give me an email address, our team's going to find about 30 to 40% matches to the social network. So if it's a personal email address, it might be that we find them in Facebook or Twitter. If it's a business email address, we'll probably find them in LinkedIn or Twitter as well. But we're going to connect the dots. And then we're going to try to create that moment where a customer or a prospect can say, they just get me, they know me. They took care of me. We went to Disney World last year, and apparently we are a Disney family because it's our 6th year of going. And Disney has spent over $1 billion. They're in an initiative to take their customer data and remake the park experience. And so when we got off the Magic Express, there was somebody waiting at the bus, and they said, Mr. and Mrs. Litman, welcome back to the Grand Floridian. This must be Jackson and Chase. Boys, I hope you had a great day traveling from Minneapolis. We can't wait to get you into the Magic Kingdom to have a wonderful day. And there were 40 people that got off that bus, but they welcomed me. And I thought, damn right, I've been here 6 times. I've spent a fortune on this place. And thank you. I'm glad you noticed. I'm glad you recognized. And they created that moment of surprise and delight. And the thing is, I've gone out and told that story to hundreds and hundreds of people because of the way it impacted me. And you think about that picture of the networks and the kind of influence we get through the word-of-mouth stories we get, the influence we get through the user ratings and websites and other stories. And so we're trying to create all of that. And so we build the enriched profile about our customers and prospects so we can figure out best how to communicate with them, whether it is how the call center is going to answer the call, how the sales agent or sales rep is going to make a call, how we're going to inform our marketing automation programs to send the right message to the right people at the right time so we can better engage with them to drive successful outcomes.